So what moves you gonna make, man? You just chilling? You just gonna watch the fireworks, or you gonna bring fresh cheddar in, buy some more? What are you doing?
I didn't catch your name, but good question. So overall, for me as an individual, thankfully, I'm very content for my Pulse chain and Pulsex sacrifices. But to move forward, I still have dry powder to buy both per se. And long story short, in my opinion, Pulse chain and Pulsex fireworks in the beginning, major X's in the beginning. But at the end of the day, for me as an individual, I'm not gonna flinch. I'm not going to pump fake. For me as an individual, for my specific play, is I'm not taking profits, specifically minimal profits at that, until I hit a minimum of 1,000x for my sacrifice price. So I say that to say this: I'm buying the dips. I'm accumulating all the time when it comes to Richard Hart projects, and I'm super buying more, super accumulating more of both Pulse Chain and Pulse X when post discovery comes up, let alone swapping. But let's not talk about that. But even at the first hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of price discovery for Pulse Chain and Pulse X is going to be one of the last times for an average investor like me and you that can invest into a coin that will have massive X's in the future.
I wonder, are the trading before the fork going to impact the first tick of Pulse Chain?
Absolutely, 110% is because the AMM bot is going to do its thing regardless. Besides the AMM accumulating everything in the system, during pre-launch, there's going to be average people like me and you that wanted to first have an opportunity to swap something for Pulse Chain or Pulse X per se. And then there's going to be another group of people that are going to not want to with that because they don't understand it, which is smart, and wait until price discovery pops off once the bridge happens per se to get in where they fit in.
Yeah, my inference was that there will be a price or the first tick will happen after the bridge is launched.
So
I think you're correct there.
So again, finally some good conversation in this thread. But my 2 cents is this: is yes, pre-bridge, all the activity from the AMM bot and everything does affect the price because it's going to establish
Can you
people that
explain
want
how?
to. Price discovery happens is because people want to buy something for a certain price. So to go in detail, the AMM bot is, in the pre-bridge, we're talking pre-bridge specifically, people are not on top of the AMM. It's going to have its own algorithm and formula to be able to can buy the liquidity at its own, it creates its own prices. But then again, there's going to be people like me and you that want to swap Pulse Chain for Pulse X or Hex for Pulse and this and that. So they're going to be ratio pricing. So people like me and you are going to be able to put that pricing because you're going to be able to determine what you want to presumably swap what for. And you get to put the price, individual price, on what you believe this price for that swap per se. So I say that to say this. That's all pre-bridge. So all of that activity is going to have a mathematical equation once Richard Hart says, okay, here's the specific bridge. Now all that, none of those things pre-bridge can get price discovery until that bridge happens. So now once that bridge happens all at one time, there's going to be one big algorithm on like what is the so-called median. The AMM bot is going to come up with its own price discovery on what it believes from the mathematical equation of what the median price is of the what's going to be price discovery. We all know it's going to start at zero, but the question is, what is going to be the first original price discovery price after the bridge? Because once price discovery happens, then bam, the public market can start buying now. So there's going to be an individual price discovery for everything from the beginning, from Pulse Hex, from ETH Hex, to Pulse Chain, to Pulse X, and then incentive token.
It seems that the AMM bot, I can understand how you think that the AMM bot is going to determine a price, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I think it's going to affect just the ratios between trading Pulse for Pulsex and other tokens, etc. So I don't think that really determines what a price is going to be. I think it's just determines not scarcity, but that's the word. But price discovery, I think it's who is going to be the first and at what price do they wish to buy.
There's a lot of really good, valuable information in this one.
nobody asked Richard Hart specifically the correct way to question him about price discovery. Whenever Richard was ever asked about price discovery, he was very vague because of the Howey law per se, and he has to be able to answer that in a way where it doesn't project forward statements of this and that to be a security. I was always trying to help somebody to ask him the right way, like, which is, if I talk to Richard right now, the question would be, what can happen and what price projections can happen now with all the information that you have, with all the momentum, tokenomics, and game theory up until this moment? What, and all the testnet, because there's so much testnet research and shit that you can go off of that, dictates price discovery. So I would ask Richard right now, can you give me an example of what can happen with price discovery with Pulsechain and Pulsex?
How many times can he say the same thing? Ethereum did a 14,000 or 14,000x, so Pulsechain can do a 14,000x. It's like foreplay, you know, when you're gonna have sex. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're gonna you know.
Good statement.
It's gonna.
Good statement.
We're doing foreplay this whole time. Like we're all really excited, and we all just want to get into it. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be big. It's gonna be big, man. We can't say numbers. We don't know no numbers. We just know our pockets are gonna be full. That's all.
Well, here's a gem, because we only know what he said during live. This is his statement. Not only that I'm owning it, but I'm like manifesting it. But he did say Pulsechain and Pulsex price discovery price will melt people's faces.
How long will it melt your face? Will it melt your face for like a week, or will it melt your face for like a year?
Okay, again, another great question. So let me answer this for people who are actually smart enough to understand what I'm saying at this moment. I don't care if Pulsechain and Pulsex launches at 3 zeros and a 1, or if it launches at 1 penny flat. I don't give a fuck if it launches at 10 cents, the first initial price. I know I'm going from 3 zeros and a 1 and going to crazy, but my point is this, to answer your question. It doesn't matter what price discovery pops out at. I believe that there's going to be so much buy pressure that the price is still going to go up the first 3 to 4 weeks from inception price. Of course, small dips are in the game. 10, 15, 20% small dips are in the game. But it's going to do a vertical insanity the first 3 or 4 weeks before, maybe in 2 months, before it does its real correction. And a real correction to me is 65 to 85%.
You know what this is? You ever go to the clubs back in the day and you see the line outside the club and everybody trying to get in the club? It's just like this club is hot. Everybody want to get in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like a line, like all around the block. There's so many people that want to get, that have this buy pressure on Pulse. So basically it's creating buy and hold mentality, because once you get in there, you want to party for a little while. You don't want to just you
have to, I'm sorry to interrupt you, because this is a great analogy. I'm sorry but I have to bring up, using your analogy, you have to keep it a buck with everybody. The club was open, but the line, there's a big ass line around the corner, but the line is closed. The reality is the line is closed now, which yes keeps on building the momentum, but it's not open. There is no more going into the club. You have to wait until main launch.
The first people that get in the club are gonna rock out, man. They're gonna hear all the good songs. Then they're gonna sell their bags,
Okay.
Whatever they feel they want to sell to whoever else is wants to get in the club.
Okay, so
to add to that is who's on the top of the wait list.
let me.
And then why are they waiting? Because the
So
tables
so
are
let
full.
me let me
People are only
bring
getting
that
in when
whole.
this dude's going out.
So let me bring this all together, if y'all don't mind, of the analogy, because we have to, in order for this conversation to be very unique to right now, we have to bring it up to this, which is no more crying about spoiled milk. There is no more a line. There is no more VIP. The line is closed, because we all know that the next time that you can buy Pulsechain or Pulsex is not until swap time or price discovery. So now what we're talking about is the most popular club in the crypto nation. And now the momentum of the line just getting bigger, but the line, it only gets bigger. There's nobody can even creep in until that moment, unless I'm tripping. Tell me if you guys are on the same vibes.
Like say Solana or Cardano, all these other clubs, like you ever get in the club, like after you standing online and there's no one in the club, there's like no one in there. They're just bugging. That they just like made the line artificially long for no reason.
Great point.
That's like
I like that.
that's like all these other layer one coins. They didn't have no one in the club. There was no duplicates. There was no pumpamentals. There was no buy and hold. There was no anything. They didn't even think it all out. This has been thought all out. It has been. It's a complete system. It works. Hex is a complete coin, and the club is gonna be rocking, and we're gonna have the best DJ. Richard Hart. He's gonna be the best DJ up in the club, rocking it out. He still got more. Still got more songs to put on the tracks. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be. He still got a wallet. He might come out with. He still got a lot of things that's gonna pop out.
So again, I guess we're all gonna come to an agreement that this club now, like literally thinking forward, the line is only gonna get bigger. And if you want the ones that are going to survive in this line that want that autograph from that artist, we'll say Richard Hart, because the club is closed, the line is closed now. Now you have to wait until the club opens up. Now you have to wait. And if you move out that line, you're going to lose your spot in line. Because what happens is when the line opens, that's going to be the next available time to buy Pulsechain, Pulsex.
I think what's most important in this analogy is not that, we have a club. A lot of people are going to be all people in crypto are going to be invited. But what's most important are the people that are on the wait list. Who is on top of the wait list, who with the most bags or the biggest bags are waiting to get in. And the news is great.
Yeah, the news is great. Are waiting to get in. There are big, investors that can't do sacrifices that are waiting to get in. There's still blind pressure even after the door is open. The line is going to get longer again after the door opens. Still going to be more people wanting to get in.
And with that, I can agree with Filipino's earlier statement that there's going to be volatility and face melting upside initially.
I can tell you where the biggest party's going to be in the club, which room it's going to be in. It's going to be in the Pulsex. That thing's going to be banging 24 hours a day.
I agree with you, man. Everyone's got to go through Pulsex to be a part of the party.
I'm glad you said that, man. I'm hitting that room first.
You're going to be getting served up that party token.